Hey guys, Games here again. This movie was Naruto's the Devil. Now, one thing I want to say before the story starts is not related to the video at all. My chair's broken and I don't have a screwdriver right now. Someone's borrowing our tool box. I have a screwdriver. So until I can adjust the screws using a screwdriver or something else I can find around my house, you're gonna hear a lot of creaking from my chair probably. So, yeah, I talk a lot using motion. You guys can't see that, obviously. You never will unless you watch my short. But, yeah. I talk using my hands, so you're probably going to hear my chair creaking from time to time with me talking. Alright. Now, the picture is Denji from Chainsaw Man. As a sense, Naruto will look like him a little bit. So, yeah. Nobody's how this goes. Now, Naruto as a kid, basically, he just didn't give a damn about him because he never promised to take care of Minato and Kushina's kid. Kushina asked, oh, please take care of Naruto. And then she died before Hiruzen says he promises, and Hiruzen never did. With Hiruzen not thinking like he needs to care for this kid, well, so he kind of just let Naruto be Naruto. Like, he raised him until he's old enough to walk and talk, and that was it. Once Naruto can talk and walk, he's going to give an apartment, but no rent money. After, 3 weeks, he's kicked out of his apartment and made homeless. And keep in mind, he's around 3, maybe 4 years old. So yeah, so Naruto is just basically a homeless, starving, and even uneducated kid. No one lets him into the academy, because Hiruzen does not give a damn about him. Hiruzen feels no obligation to care for him. Occasionally, Kakashi will see Naruto on the street, and Kakashi is not in the right mindset still to take care of a kid. He never is, actually, until Boruto, actually. Boruto's the only time he's mentally healthy in the series. Ever. He had some mental relief after the pain arc. He got closing with his dad. Got closing with his dad, and closing with Minato Sensei. Then in the war arc, it's all revamped with Obito revealing to be alive. Minato, the whole closing thing with him came back. Then he got closing with Closure, or he got closure for Minato and Obito eventually by the end of the war arc, and closure with his team. So, yeah, everything about him was basically mentally unhealthy until Boruto. Kakashi should not raise a kid ever. The what ifs are not a good idea for Kakashi raising a kid. The fact that he should never, ever have a kid. He's not ready to have a kid until he's 46. And that's saying something. Actually, no. Because there's Naruto the Last, which he's so Naruto's 21, so he's not mentally healthy until he's 36, so yeah. But back to this. So basically, with no one really caring for Naruto, a gang called the Ninja Gang found Naruto and had an idea to make money off of him. Naruto needs to pay off debt done by the Nine-Tailed Fox. These people break the one law Hiruzen had, which is telling Naruto he's a Jinchuriki. They tell him, oh yeah, you're the Nine-Tailed Fox. Yeah, apparently the fourth Hokage killed it, and you came back as reincarnation. You have this chakra, so that makes you at fault for what he did. So you're gonna repay everything he did, or it did. This kind of brainwashed Naruto and thinking the fact that he had to repay almost every single nation because the Nine-Tailed Fox was a tyrant all across the land of Fire. Or Demon Across Land of Fire, even a bit of other nations, being the Hidden Stone, and Madara went on a fucking rampage with the Nine-Tailed Fox. But Kurama brought the Hidden Stone to its knees and left because he felt like it. Madara terrorized so many nations to get to the Hidden Stone, I guarantee it. There's no straight path. Here's the path to the Hidden Sand, here's the path. There's only a path to Hidden Sand, I believe. And that belongs the hidden leaf because they know it's a 3-day journey on a certain way and back. So yeah, they even have Genin do a certain way and back. So yeah. The only village that has a clear path to it is the Hidden Sand. Because it's a fucking desert. So yeah. So Madara probably destroyed small nations to get to every nation besides the Hidden Sand. Where he literally just takes a 3-day journey to get there or flies into Susanoo. So, yeah. So the Mugen Gang basically makes Naruto work jobs to pay off the debt of the of the nine-tailed fox. But they also have him do a bit of debt collection as well. Point where Naruto had sold his, what was it? He sold one of his eyes, his kidney, a certain baby making oval shaped object. What else? Yeah, Naruto started to sell hair, and it worked for a bit, but not a lot of money came from it because he was Naruto. Like, you get him cutting his hair so young, his hair never grew out properly, so it grew out straight instead of spiky. So we have the Denji look. Because Naruto also needed to look like a proper business, quote unquote, man. He also has a suit on, as we do see characters wear suits via Gato. So yeah. So Naruto usually looks like Denji, but acts a bit different. So yeah. And Naruto's forced to basically, basically he has to earn money, he basically has to, fight. Like, he has to do a lot of stuff. By the way, if you guys want to go to the Mujin Gang, it's popular in Boruto, and the leader is actually decently powerful. And the leader beats the shit out of Naruto for fun. Like, he disrespects him on an extreme level. If you guys want to know, like, the blood prison from Boruto, or not Boruto, from the Naruto movie, that series, and that prison only houses strong shinobi. Like, every shinobi village has their own prison. But this prison only houses deadly shinobi. So only ways that happen, like someone as basic as Mizuki, shinobi prison in the Hidden Leaf. He's there. He escaped and died, but he's there. But then some random fodder member of the Mujin Gang is worthy of blood prison. Fodder go to a prison that meant for like B through S rank shinobi. So yeah. So fodder in this gang is kept on Naruto daily, and they're powerful too. So it works out. For like A rank shinobi, the definition of like an A rank shinobi I'd give is probably Teenage Neji. He's an A rank shinobi. For B rank, probably Tenten. Like, she's not weak. She's very strong. It is just she has not much chakra, and she's very underutilized. Like, give her like a minute or two with one weapon, and she'll have it mastered in those 1 to 2 minutes. She mastered the Sage of Six Paths tools. The only reason she didn't use them more often is because they took up Sage of Six Paths amounts of chakra. Only two people who could wield them properly were descendants of Hagoromo. So yeah, Tenten strong. But yeah. So Naruto basically does jobs for the Mujin Gang, basically doing anything he can, until he was 8 years old, where he found an injured dog summoning. This dog summoning looks like a feral dog, and like an old dog as well. He's in a village doing a bit of debt collection. At this point, Naruto looks like you see right here on the post, like the thumbnail, the demo for Denji. Bloody nose and everything, just has an eye patch on. But Naruto eventually had found the dog, picked it up, and started trying to care for it. But then when he found where the dog was injured, he found a kunai lodged in its stomach. He tried to pull it up, but the dog just bit him, and he let it bite him. He's going to heal anyway from it. But then Naruto looked forward, seeing the Mujin Gang charging at him. He doesn't know why, but he's nervous. He then hit the dog and took the beating, as they actually tell him that the debt collection was successful. It is just someone died from their injuries, which meant all-out war with the Mujin Gang and this other company. So Naruto just screwed them. And Naruto was exceptionally physically strong and fast. So, yeah. So he doesn't. He has control of his strength. It's just he does. He's not taught to hold himself back. He's just taught to beat the hell out of you. And if you don't give him his money, beat the hell out of you. That's what he's taught. And not to hold back and not to be nice. He'll beat the living shit out of you. That's what he was taught growing up, or quote unquote growing up. So yeah. After the beating, he looks even worse for wear. We sat back down. And actually, he will ask the dog. Not ask the dog, but look at it, realizing that the kunai kind of just scarred into its body. And Naruto actually looked at the dog, saying, he's willing to find a vet to repair it if it doesn't die if he pulls it out. But the dog sat bit down on Naruto, and not flinch, but didn't push it away. We saw the dog relax as it was biting him. Then looked at the dog a bit more, and realized this dog wasn't a typical dog. He looked at the dog's vest as a kanji. He can barely read, but he should have looked at it a little bit as it said. He says, uh, Damon dog? Demon dog. Then eventually he looked at the color of the vest and looked up for more kanji, and it said blood. And Naruto's aware of a lot of stuff, and he assumes that this means the dog has a Kikigenkai, being blood release. He assumes that this dog's probably more like a hound than an actual dog. It is just exceptionally old and frail. And the Naruto realizes something that the dog's chakra is exposing itself, like the dog's chakra is flaring up. And the dog didn't let go. Naruto instead actually just died biting Naruto. But his body didn't poof away, his chakra kept flowing into Naruto. Like the dog was trying to heal Naruto for being nice to it, because Naruto even gave it food, gave it comfort, gave it warmth. The dog's healing Naruto is like a last thank you gift. With this, the dog binds his chakra and blood to Naruto, and Naruto basically gets the ability to use claws that he can assimilate into blades now. Basically, the claws were so sharp and durable that they're basically blades, not claws. So yeah, which gives Naruto the ability to use also that dogs like the thing over Fang, or like rotation or earth release ability, which is also rotating, like a drill. So Naruto has a rotation ability, and he uses rotation ability like a chainsaw would use rotation or movement. So yeah, because there's no chainsaws in Naruto. There should probably chainsaws in Boruto, but not Naruto. And in Naruto, there is chakra cannons. There's that as technology to blow up the moon in Naruto. We saw it in Naruto last, the Raikage was ready to blow the moon into pieces. Albeit it was fueled by Killer B, but still he was ready to blow it up. So yeah. But not quickly an ability from the dog, be it blood release, but he didn't want blood release like another year when he was 9 years old. So yeah. When Naruto was 9 years old, he'd paid off his quote-unquote debt to the Mujina gang, as his new blade steel and his new blade, or steel release creates blades. So his new steel and blood release abilities that he'd somehow learned thus paid off a lot more debt than it was worth, as he was hired as just a shinobi at literally half the price of anything, or a quarter of the price of anything. Like, oh yeah, you want this bandit camp wiped out, and it takes an A rank amount of pay. We'll do it for a D rank amount of pay, and immediately they get it done. Having Naruto do it himself, or having Naruto and some fodder do it. But usually just Naruto alone, and he usually does it by just brutally murdering everyone using the claws or eating them. Yeah, him devouring blood increases his chakra levels temporarily. So yeah. Also, his blood seems to be different. He doesn't use it for ninjutsu. He uses it to create weapons and to enhance and heal himself. So yeah, by the time Naruto is 9 years old, though, Gatsuo approached them, offering them roughly about, in US dollars, around $100 million for Naruto. He's already an S rank level shinobi, and he's not even legally existing in the Hidden Leaf, so there's no one who wants him. Only Kakashi, Guy, and even Hinata and Shikamaru and Choji notice he's missing, and no one does anything about it, even though they actually do miss him. Hinata, Shikamaru, Choji, Hinata, Kakashi, Guy. A little bit of Guy. Guy's like a half point. It was like the 3.5, 4.5 who miss Naruto. And they should notice he's missing. Hiruzen just doesn't give a damn, and Kakashi even noticed and notice about it, and Hiruzen's like, well, if Naruto is dead, if Naruto's out there, no one knows he's the Jinchuriki. Because literally put the punishment for telling him his death. And I'd assume that if he's out there, he'd die, and the Nine-Tailed Fox is probably emerged, but it's probably hiding in the forest. But also, I've had people survey the Hidden Leaf, or land fire for him. The Nine-Tailed Fox is probably dead with Naruto. Kakashi says, there's a legend that comes back every 100 years, and he's like, even better, it won't come back for a few hundred years, and I'll already be long dead, so will you. The next Hokage can handle that or something. Well, the 8th Hokage or something can handle it. So yeah. And they don't know that Naruto's honestly out there killing people. But Naruto isn't in the bingo book, but he's well known in underground as just not the Chainsaw Man. Actually, Naruto does use chains in combat, and his arms saw through you, so Chainsaw Man seems a fitting title for Naruto, actually, because he uses chains to either like hold his blades in proper placement or to hold them in order. He's not smart. He is just very like strategic and tactical. He's fought. By the time he's 9 years old, he's fought in thousands of battles more than even Hiruzen has. Like Naruto has more combat experience than Hiruzen does. In the matter, like, give Naruto like 1 week, and he'll probably enter more battles than an average Chunin. That's how much he has to fight for the Mujina gang. The underground fights, debt collection, debt repayment, like you name it, he's fought over it. Like it can be simple thing as like, oh yeah, like Mujina gang, like saying like, oh Naruto, he lightly grazed my shoe, cut his head off, and Naruto has to do it. So yeah, but when Naruto is 9 years old, the Mujina gang sells Naruto's Gato for $100 million. Again, 2 zeros, so that's like 10 billion yen. The Narutoverse uses Rio, I know, but pretty sure unless the Narutoverse takes place in a different country, even though it's not because it's based off old Japan, well, yen. So yeah. But we go on now to about just. Should we hold up? Yeah, Naruto was bought for the equivalent of like 23 billion yen. So, yeah. The time period that he was in is like equivalent to 23 billion yen. Take away so around $23 million. So, yeah. Or $230 million, I mean. And, yeah. But Naruto basically is kind of just, well, Baba Gato and would do free random missions, which includes Land of Waves. Anyway, everyone does like ask him, like the person happens to be Inari's mother, why he's doing this. Even Inari's father's intrigued by this, like why he's doing this to them. And Naruto says he doesn't have a choice. And Inari's father does yes, Naruto saying, is Gato, are you like Gato's son or something? And Naruto says, no, he doesn't know who his parents are. In fact, Gato kind of owns him. He's more like a slave. Inari's father says, how long have you been fighting? Naruto says, believe it or not, I sold everything I'm missing. Be it my eye, my weird hair. He goes to straight hair weird, the fact that his hair is spiky and he knows it was spiky. Like, yeah, my weird hair, my missing eye, a few other parts of my body I cannot show you. I don't have any scars. I heal really fast. His healing factor is like Datara times 10. So, yeah. The Nine Tails, Uzumaki, and a summoning animal who doesn't really die, they transport it away. But Naruto doesn't get transported. Instead, he just gets his blood to actually like his blood release is this like with the dog being so old yet like take for example. Animals in the Narutoverse train their abilities. Tsunade's pig is the same rank as Sakura, a Jonin. Sakura shares her ninja rank with a pig. Kakashi shares his ninja rank with a pig. What else? Sasuke shares his ninja rank with a pig. Or actually, no, the pig is a higher rank than him because Sasuke is not a Jonin. Sasuke is not a Shadow Hokage. That's not a position. Sasuke is literally just a genin exploring the forest of the ninja world. A pig has a higher rank than Sasuke. A pig is the same rank as Sakura. A pig is the same rank as Shikamaru. No, he's not. Shikamaru is a Hokage advisor. Saya has a higher rank than Sasuke, actually. The three highest ranks in Naruto belong to Naruto, Shikamaru, and Sai. Just like those, Naruto, Shikamaru, Ino, and Sai. Those are the four highest ranks in the Hidden Leaf. 5 is Sakura, who owns a hospital. 7 or 6 probably Orochimaru. Probably Orochimaru. Sasuke's not even in the top 10 of the highest ranks. He's like in the top. And every shinobi in the Hidden Leaf, he's in the top 100, maybe. Sasuke's rank is not that important. Just what he does with that rank is. His actions are more important than his status. This is the best way to put it. Yeah, he's the head of the Uchiha clan. Who's in that clan? 2 people besides him. Yeah, Sasuke's not important to the Hidden Leaf until it comes to Otsutsuki. So, yeah. Like, if you read the light novels, there's more to that, but for the anime onlys, or for the manga onlys minus light novels, he's not important to the Hidden Leaf until it comes to alien demon things. So, yeah. But, yeah, so back to Naruto. In Land of Waves, Naruto's just gonna actually explore a bit, and they're actually the only ones that treat him with kindness because he doesn't beat them half to death for money. But instead of what we play, saying, I can extend it by maybe a week. At least have it together by then, and I can probably cover the rest. And the people do just that, because Naruto's very kind to them. He doesn't like seeing people treated the way he was treated. That is basically how it is. Denji is just annoying. He's not heartless. So yeah. So I'm going to go over all Naruto's abilities now. So yeah, so he's fused with a dog summoning. He gets his claws and rotation. Like he can transform everywhere besides his head. The fact that his head will turn into a dog. So yeah. He uses chains to keep the blades / claws in order. So Chainsaw Man, because his blades cut through everything like saws, like they saw through everything. For strength, this man's physical strength is through the roof. The fact he's fused with a summoning who has, well, literally no physical limit. The only way we've seen summonings die is old age and being impaled. I think the only way they can die is if they're physically harmed or they age too long. Like they have enough power to make seals that can bring the dead back to life. And that is just their chakra alone. It takes 100 years, I know. Roll that 100 years with their chakra into your strength, and you can inflict the earth in half. I guarantee it. So yeah, so Naruto's advanced chakra control as well. The fact that he has to fight constantly, he's experienced with fighting. So his strength is already matching someone like Tsunade with really no difficulty, and he can increase his strength further. Plus, training does enhance your strength a lot. He always has to train to be on his toes. With the Mujin gang, with Gacho's men, always on his toes. So Naruto trains a lot. His chakra levels are higher than Kanin. I actually beg to say, with how much he's trained and fought, his chakra levels are matching probably a Sanin. So yeah. Actually, no, that's too low. Because at age 13, his chakra levels already surpass Hiruzen, who's known for chakra and control of it. Naruto's chakra at this point is probably matching maybe a Pain Arc Naruto. Levels, not control. So yeah, but his strength is already allowing him to hit with like 33 tons of force. I did the math for that. For durability, he can withstand attacks that are supposed to destroy mountains. Like, oh, Jiraiya's like, oh, giant Rasengan. Naruto's like, okay, here's base Naruto. Here's our base Naruto taking that attack. Keep in mind, he's 10 years old. So yeah. What else? Yeah, his healing is 10 times heat on, so basically he's immortal. Because, well, he's not immortal. He has a really extended lifespan. So he can live upwards to 2,000 years. Plus, he has an Uzumaki lifespan, which I think he has half the normal lifespan. So he can live like extra 50 years. So he can live like 2,050 years if he wants to. So yeah. He can manifest / retract blades, but he also has steel release with these blades / claws, so his skin can be as hard as steel. So yeah. What else? He can heal faster with his blood, which adds on to his healing factor, which is multiplied now. He can create blades of blood, hammers made of blood, spears made of blood. He can rain blood daggers. He can transfer blood of any type, so he can always heals allies. And if any of his blood inside his ally, it'll go away eventually. It's like a temporary buff that'll increase your strength and speed and your chakra levels, only for about 5 minutes. So yeah. And he's a master with almost all kinds of blades, and his martial arts skills is matching Rock Lee, despite him not knowing any actual martial arts. He just uses he's a master of his environment, and that's about it. Like no matter he's fought in most kinds of he's fought in the hidden sand, the hidden stone, the hidden water, the hidden mist. He's fought in most environments imaginable. You're not getting past him. So any environment you put him in, he's gonna know how to use it. So that incorporates to his skill. In combat, it's not bad at all. It's comparable to the basic Chunin, but still. But you go on to around 3 years later, when Naruto is 13. When he's 13, he happens to be in the office with Gato eating an apple, and, well, someone walks in, being a man with a giant sword, and someone next to him. Naruto staring them down, and then looks them up and down. With this, he says, oh, new recruits. Strong ones at that. Zabuza looked at Naruto, saying, I wasn't aware kids work for you. He says, hey, I'm not a kid. I'm a teen, I think. I don't know yet. Gutsuru says, huh, you don't even know how old you are. Even better. So this Naruto is a lot shorter. The fact that he barely eats unless like he's allowed to have time to eat. Like Naruto's like 4'8" at this point. This Naruto's like 4'5". He does not eat too much. Like any amount of weight he has right now is pure muscle. Like a lot of his weight is only muscle. Only reason he's not dying of being malnourished or starvation is the fact that he's a summoning animal and almost immortal. He cannot die either way. So, extended lifespan, increased physical abilities to the point where his blood even goes like, he can control cells even. Yeah, he's not dying of anything besides probably old age. But then again, that's not for another 2,000 years, so, yeah. But not so he says he wants to test the new recruits to see if they're going to be useful. Katsura also saying he's going to have Naruto test them either way, so go ahead. Zabuza quickly when she chops Naruto's head, only have Naruto just already on top of the blade, saying, big blade, you flash fast though. Too bad you're slower than me. Before Zabuza or Haku even knew it, Naruto already jumped in the air and drop kick Zabuza through the wall. At insane speeds. Haku to attack Naruto, Naruto is able to defend most of the attacks. As Naruto is roughly, in terms of power, probably as strong as Kimaru is. Like, he is already that strong. He's faced thousands to even tens of thousands of battles by the time he's 13 years old. Be it everyone's weaker than him in each fight, it is just he's fought so much to the point where he's pressed a little bit. Only people so far that have pressed him is the Mujin gang leader. That's about it. So yeah. So Naruto is easily able to hold his own with Haku and Zabuza all at once. It's just that Zabuza has great physical strength. Too bad Naruto's strength is greater, and he punched the blade into pieces. So yeah. Then he turns his arm into a chainsaw and cuts Zabuza across the chest, then stabbed clean through Haku's ice wall and Haku's shoulder. Haku's able to jump back, only to have a giant hammer made of blood slam him through the wall and into a nearby tree, knocking him out. Then Naruto made a replica of the executioner's blade made of blood and slashed down Zabuza's chest again, making a giant X-shaped scar. And this lets him beat Zabuza and Haku with very minimal injury besides a bit of shrapnel hitting him in the cheek and scraping him. So yeah. So this Naruto would use his blood to stitch up Zabuza's wounds and then heal it a bit, giving him an X-shaped scar, but a very small one. For Haku just has a few broken ribs. Well, compared to Zabuza, who got cut open. So yeah. And Naruto just uses the blood to actually just hold the bones together until they're healed. All that Haku has to do is just not fight too much. Like, if Haku's in a fight that Zabuza won't win, they should not fight in the fight either. Like, if Zabuza's fighting an equal or someone near or stronger than them, they should not join the fight. So, yeah. The fact that Haku, if they interfere, may get hurt, and the blood will be disrupted, and it's delaying the healing process. So, yeah. Good thing, though, that the blood allows them to heal faster, so the wounds will be healed in roughly about maybe a few weeks, like 2-3. They don't get an healing factor, they just get a slight taste of it. So, yeah. But, yeah, so those 2-3 weeks pass, and now there's a team in the Land of Waves. The team in the Land of Waves already beaten the Demon Brothers, and one of these people happen to be named, well, Kakashi Hatake, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Kiba Inuzuka. That is the team that came in the Land of Waves. I'm pretty sure I said one person, I meant this team. That's what I meant. It's just weird to me. I'm sorry. Now, when it came to Zabuza finding them, or them seeing the mist quickly turned red, and Kakashi was intrigued by this, as there's the blood mist jutsu is not really used ever anymore. And as soon as Kakashi tried to disperse it using his own wind jutsu, the blood mist didn't go anywhere. It was still there, which confused them. Sakura began smelling the air, saying, "Sir, the blood mist is not for effect. This is blood. The blood is making up the mist." Kakashi froze, saying, "Oh, this is a Kekkei Genkai." He told him immediately to back up. He pulled off his headband, revealing a Sharingan, and Yushidori, which actually will create a large area of effect damage to blow away at least some of the blood. But when the blood was blown back, was stabbed by Kakashi in the form of blades, and stabbed him all through the arm. Now Sakura and Sasuke jumped to surround and Tarzan just protect him, so was Kiba. But immediately Kakashi just jumped with them, saying this battle he may not be able to win. Not to arrive himself and began beating the mess out of Kakashi for a bit. Not beating the mess out of him, but Kakashi's probably about like a near equal to him. He's just like a Kakashi. Like only thing that Naruto is better than Kakashi in is like probably chakra levels, healing, and strength. So those are like the three categories. And durability. Durability, strength, chakra levels, and chakra control. He has those 4 or 5 categories on Kakashi. Everywhere else, Kakashi is better than him. But still, not just the area, it's like the terrain advantage, like usual. So, yeah. Plus, Naruto is a master of water, wind, and actually earth release. So, yeah. Because the iron and blood is also his whole steel release thing. So, yeah. So, Naruto is able to masterfully use wind, water, and earth. Using these things combined, he's actually able to distract Kakashi pretty well. But eventually Sasuke would join in, as he looked at Naruto and recognized him, saying, Naruto? This one says, who are you? Quickly, he blocked a punch, punching Sasuke in the face, sending him flying back, and Kakashi would jump in, getting closer to Naruto, being able to actually cut a bit of his hair using a kunai slash that missed, saying, you are Naruto. Something Naruto picked up at Kakashi and kneed in the chest, but Naruto easily blocked it. On into the gear, fang over fang, as Kibo was trying to slam into him. As soon as the smoke will clear from Kibo slamming into Naruto fang over fang, Naruto's arm was just up blocking it, and his arm is like barely even scraped by it, saying, strong jutsu, weak user. Or Kibo knew it, he's pumped right in the chest and flying through a tree. Akamaru looked at Naruto, but Naruto immediately kind of just growled at Akamaru like a dog would. Akamaru just sat down and just kind of like pouted. Then he looked at Sakura saying, a woman, a pretty one actually. But he has forehead though. And then Sakura looked at Naruto yelling at him, only for being kneed in the face and sent flying into a tree. But Naruto looked at Tazuna saying, old man, as he actually froze walking backwards. Actually tells Tazuna, like, you know him? Tazuna says, yes. I should have mentioned him. I should think Zabuza would make him hurt me. Naruto, do what you must. Naruto immediately turned his arm into a chainsaw as he actually cheered up, trying to cut down Zabuza. Not Zabuza, cut down Tazuna. But Zabuza is somewhat hesitating as he knows that Naruto is very friendly with the land of land waves. As soon as Naruto went for it, Haku couldn't bear watching this as she jumped in and grabbed Naruto's arm, telling Naruto, don't do it. And Naruto asked Haku what they were doing, same for Zabuza. And Haku tells Zabuza that the way that Naruto feels about Tazuna is very similar to the way Haku feels about Zabuza. The fact that, that the Naruto views Tazuna as like a savior and a father, as Tazuna saved Naruto from like the brink of starvation multiple times over. Also, guys, wondering one thing about Nari's father. Nari's father is not dead. Naruto, when Haku got to have him killed, Naruto threatened to turn on him. Naruto would never do that because he needs money, but still, he just turn on the village that's helping protect him. Plus, they would turn on him if you let him die. So yeah. But yeah. But we go on basically to a bit like forward to just like well, when Zabuza hears how Haku views Zabuza and how Naruto views Tazuna, Zabuza stops fighting, asking Naruto if that's true, and Naruto just nods, saying don't gato, that's how he views Tazuna. Zabuza then to Kakashi, saying he will let them escort Tazuna back to the Hidden Leaf if they give him this much money, which was their pay. And Kakashi agreed, saying he can give them a check for that much money right now. He's done a lot of missions for money. He's completed over 1,000. Kakashi writes a check for Zabuza of all their paychecks combined, gives it to him, and Zabuza was like, "All right, guys, let's go." And Naruto's walking away. Believing Sasuke grabbed Naruto, telling him, like, "No, you're staying here and fighting me all over again. You caught me off guard." Naruto stared at him, saying, "All right, look me right in the eyes." Sasuke would do so as only to be hit right in the face, and obviously have his nose broken. He hit the ground holding his nose, screaming in pain, and blood just leaking out of his face. And thus Naruto says, I didn't get you off guard, you were looking right at me. Listen, Kakashi says, Zabuza, wait. I'll give you more money if you let Naruto stay here. He needs to go back home where he was raised from. Because Zabuza's like, Naruto, are you willing to go back to the Hidden Leaf? Right as Naruto's about to say no, Kakashi says, Naruto, you'll live with me. You probably don't recognize me, I know. But I was the guy that always came around to look for you and give you food. I couldn't raise you because I was too young and everything, but still, I did what was available. No, not to think like flashback memory and Kakashi saying, I guess you were okay. And I'm willing to go anywhere. As long as I can earn money and food. And Kakashi says, alright, fine. Food, got it. I was like, see you too. As he ends up actually hugging Zabuza and Haku and walking away. Dawson kind of smiles but heads back to the waves. But then Naruto has an idea. He makes a clone that runs straight toward Gatsu's base. Naruto said the team said to wait here for an hour. And as the clone came back covered in blood, holding tons of bags of money. The clone says, I counted it. 13 billion yen. I was like, alright, good, let's go. And they walk away. Immediately, Zabuza and Haku, Sasuke, Kakashi, and Sakura and Kiba froze. But they back to Hidden Leaf. And Naruto kind of sneaks in to put his money away. But then goes with Kakashi to, he talks to Hyugin's office. And goes, Kakashi, is that Naruto? As with Naruto's hair being cut, some of his face is a bit more revealed. And Kakashi says, yeah, it turns out he's living as a mercenary for the last 10 years? No, says, I think 8. And Kakashi says, 8 years. He says, wow, that's a long time. Oh, well, you're back now, I guess. You know you're not just from Cherokee, right? And I said, yep, me and him are on speaking terms, at least. He says, it's a him, and it speaks, huh? I says, yep, it does. He says, could have spoken to us about the massacre. And Naruto says, no, it couldn't have, actually. It was pretty much on a rampage under Genjutsu. He gets and froze, but Naruto just walked away, leaving it at that, only with like an Anbu guard jumping into his way, holding a sword to him, saying, no, we're going to stay here and finish that answer. Naruto says, no, I'm not. Hit the guard so hard that he knocked his jaw off his face. The guy's jaw is literally on the ground, physically detached from his face. Anbu guard hit the ground, trying to scream in pain, but nothing can come out, just besides blood squirting out of his mouth. Or out of where his mouth should be. Naruto walked away, heading to an apartment and buying it. Or a house, really. Kind of the house he has in Boruto. If a house like that, or actually no, meaning Kushina's old house, he buys that house coincidentally. So he lives in there. So yeah. And actually is able to live peacefully here with the backyard, obviously showing signs of someone training here. So as Naruto trains in the backyard constantly, eventually someone come over, being Sasuke and Sakura. Some people come over, my bad. Sasuke and Sakura come over, and Kiba transfer teams to Team Kurenai and gets used to them. And then Naruto's put in the Chunin exams the fact that he needs to become a Genin, or first he's given the rank of Genin because he can perform all the basic Genin jutsu. But yeah, so Sasuke and Sakura come over as Naruto's tutors. Because Kakashi does realize that Naruto barely can form some sentences. Like Naruto knows enough sentences to get by. But when it comes to having like a friendly conversation, he can barely talk properly. He doesn't have any friends besides like Inari's father, Inari and Tazuna, and Inari's mother. Like all he can do for like a villager is say, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, sure, I'll protect you." That's all he says to them. So yeah. But eventually, when as a kind of tutor Naruto for like the next 2 weeks, he picks up pretty quickly, and in exchange he also trained them and gave them a bit of money. So yeah. But when it came to training exams time, well, as soon as when it came to like Team Gaara building Konohamaru, Naruto was gonna ignore it as he's kind of just walking by. He recognized Konohamaru from somewhere, and since Konohamaru was about to be punched in the face, Naruto arrived and then kind of just kicked Kankuro in the chest so hard that Kankuro was just passed out from all the wind being knocked out of his lungs. So yeah. But Kankuro hit the ground, just passing out immediately. Tamari pulling out her fan, asking if Naruto killed Kankuro. But Naruto says, no, he's alive, just winded. And so are you. He's been punched Tamari in the chest full force as well, knocking her out. Look at Gaara saying, and, you. Should I knock you out too? Gaara appears saying, I'd like to see you try. Do you know how many people I've killed? Naruto says, you know how many people I've killed? Gaara says, what? How many? He says, hold up. He goes to his head saying, Fox, how many have I killed? Gaara says, I don't know, probably 1,000 or 2. Probably 1,000 or 2,000. Naruto says, alright, I'll go with that. Naruto came back out saying, 2,300. Gaara just froze saying, how many? In the midst of him being just shocked, he's kneed in the face and flying through just the village itself. Not through the wall, no, like through the village. He's kneed through the village. So yeah. Oh yeah. So where was I? Oh yeah. So Naruto need Gaara across the village. Yeah, Gaara didn't die. It's simply that Naruto like kind of kneed his barrier, but then there's a wind pressure or shockwave from his knee sent Gaara flying still. And Gaara isn't the thing which doing too much damage besides hitting a few buildings, but it's going to be deflected or at minimal damage. Gaara isn't like when it's traumatized by Naruto, when Naruto's speed, he's traumatized by his strength. So yeah. You know how Gaara has PTSD from Lee's speed? He has PTSD from Naruto's strength. So yeah. Now going on to the Chunin exams where Rock Lee attacks Sasuke. When that Rock Lee tried that though, his punches stopped. And when he realized once Naruto stopped his punch, he looks up seeing Naruto's foot just on his fist. Or Naruto's sole of his shoe blocking his punch. He's confusedly punched harder than he's ever been hit before, even by Guy. Sent flying clean at Neji. Neji caught him wondering who could hit Lee that fast and block that fast as well. And Naruto tells Lee he moves too slow. So guys are saying Lee's very fast. Kid Lee's not fast. Like 3 weeks for Naruto, around a month ago, he met Zabuza and Haku, who are Zabuza's relative to Kakashi. Haku's above Zabuza in a little bit, and little bit above Zabuza, a little bit. Haku moves about the speed of light, and Naruto beats the brakes off Haku either way with how much speed Haku can use, no matter what. Naruto taking Haku seriously was able to match their speed. So Naruto on a like an off base, like he had the worst day ever, and still react to light speed attacks like they're nothing. Lee is just testing out Sasuke with his weights on. Lee at the most moves probably at the speed of a bullet at the most right now. So yeah, Lee's being stopped effortlessly by Naruto. At the maximum, you can hyperly Lee up to the speed of sound right now. So yeah. See, I'll give Lee the speed of sound because without his weights, he moves like Mach 15. So yeah. But yeah, so eventually with this, they go into an exam, and Naruto really froze as he doesn't have education. And Sasuke and Sakura, suddenly see Naruto sit down and look serious, looks at the paper. They realize that they're done for. He looks at Naruto even actually offering to cheat, and he took this answer immediately. He's taking it. So he's actually able to actually cheat off Hinata. So yeah. Hold up. So Hinata's not the smartest member of the Konoha 12, but she's still smart. This is one of the stories we use Konoha 13, like all of them. In order of intelligence, I'd probably put it at Shikamaru, Shino, Sakura, Ino, then Hinata, and maybe Sasuke. So Hinata's like 5 or 6 right now. She's doing okay, but she's gonna answer probably like half the paper correctly easily. But then the other half, like the last 5 questions, would be a bit more difficult. So yeah. But yeah. So with this, we go on probably to about just at the end of the test, when Hinata's kind of struggling with the 5th answer. Naruto immediately was able to help her because the last 5 questions happen to be battle oriented, and Naruto's a master of battle. So he did this in the way he would do it with the team, as he's followed teams before. It's just not too much, but he's used to team battles. So yeah. So with this, well, the last 5 questions were actually pretty easy for Naruto. It was just that they're not in the way that they're ideal, but they'd still be useful. So he had like half the point for it. Like, yeah, this answer is 5 points. You can have 2.5 out of the 5. So yeah. So Naruto technically passes, but he missed by like 0.5. So yeah. Actually, no, he misses by like, if you're using the 5 points, there's 50 questions. Naruto would, so if you do like the 5-point system I set up, there's 10 questions. There's 50 total points. 50 total points. At least 50 points. Naruto got 2.5 on 5 of them. So, hold up. Out of 50 points, Naruto got 32.5. Because he missed 0.5 off 5 questions, which would give him a total of 42.5. Take away a whole 5. No, so 12 and a half. He basically is down 12 and a half points out of the 50. Then there's another 5 off that, so 37.5 points. He has 37.5. That's his score. And he has enough to pass, so yeah. Naruto would do a different answer. She would score a full 40 from some of Naruto's answers, so it worked out. As well as whatever she didn't agree with, she'd put it into what Konoha would teach her, and it worked out, so you're not going to get a full 40. It is just that she didn't answer everything properly because some of it she was supposed to answer. But still, Naruto overturned their test around 10 minutes before the test would end, giving them the top scores. As now they score pretty high for the generation records. And they're allowed to head to the Force of Death, so yeah. And Anko basically sees Naruto and tries to explain to Hinata and him what's going to happen, but Naruto's listening. She throws a kunai at Naruto's head, but he easily kind of just caught it with his bare hand and still wasn't paying attention. I guess he has his body like a reflex to just catch things like that. See ya. But yeah. I'm gonna go forward again to the next part, probably, which is just the whole Force of Death happening. Which I don't see things being too interesting here for a while. Because when it came to Hidden Rain team, Naruto would effortlessly kill them, because he can also skip from ropes like they're nothing. Out of tens of thousands of battles, he's been caught a few times. He's escaped from those battles as well. So yeah. Pause. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah, so Naruto basically just, Orochimaru and him have a drawn-out enough battle to the point where his team can get to the tower, because Naruto killed the Hidden Rain team, took their scroll, gave it to his team. Orochimaru intervened. Naruto fought him long into Kabuto's like, oh, I'm gonna help. Naruto still surviving, beat Kabuto mid-fight, still fighting Orochimaru, beat Kabuto's team, still fighting Orochimaru, beat Orochimaru's team, still fighting Orochimaru, beat the sound team, beat Team Dosu, beat Team Dosu, still fighting Orochimaru. Yeah, Naruto was a complete demon still. He loses to Orochimaru still, but the fight was long to the point where Orochimaru was actually out of chakra at the end of the fight. Like, Kurna was watching the fight go on and did nothing until Orochimaru was, like, crawling away. But as soon as Kurna jumped out, stabbing him in the back, he just kind of let out another body out of his mouth, and he turned around and just punched Kurna in the jaw full force and knocked her out. Then weakly crawled away as Kabuto helped him up. So yeah. And Naruto helps Kurna to safety. And Kurna's like, oh no, Naruto, you're helping me. There's all hidden sound shinobi there, and you did your job. You're kind of a hero now. And Naruto then actually has an idea saying, do heroes get a special thank you? It's like, yeah, thank you, I guess. And it's like, no, I don't want that kind of thank you. I want a different kind of thank you. She's like, what kind of thank you do you want then? He immediately pointed to her chest and did a hand squeezing motion. She did Naruto saying, are you serious? And it's just dead serious. Now with this, did I say Kurna earlier? Anko and Naruto stare at each other just kind of in the eyes, like Anko looking a bit like, are you serious? And Naruto's like, yep, just dead serious. It's more like a staring battle now, and Anko's will give up first. No, Naruto got a happy squeeze, and then went back to the tower. So, yeah. It seems like she's happy to see that he's alive, also sees that he's basically unscathed now. And he says, oh yeah, he heals fast, but he was covered in stab wounds. He's gonna just put, like, his shirt, and his shirt is basically in shreds now. So, yeah, like, he has no shirt now. He has a crop top. He has like a crop top and a half. He has half a crop top somehow. Like, he has half a crop top with tassels now. That is his shirt. But they have 5 days of rest, and Naruto is happy to sleep for 5 days straight without getting woken up once. So that's what he hoped for. Until he heard Sasuke scream, like the 4th day, he ran out to see what's going on, just to see his best friend getting his neck touched by a snake man thing. Which also started to burst in, and then this Naruto is fully happily rested, and ready for battle now. Oh, but the thing is, he is shirtless. Like, he is very shirtless. This, him and Naruto trying to fight a bit, but then Naruto escapes because Anko bursts back in, and Anko just doesn't want to help anymore because Naruto's her thank you to Naruto would have to be letting him touch something very sensitive. So yeah. But Naruto left because Jonin and someone probably on Kage level of power had arrived. Okay, guys, wondering how Naruto went from like when he met Zabuza and Haku to like he like level Kimimaru and met Zabuza and Haku. Cool. His real power is equal to now a Sanin. I'm not giving like a tier reference. He's like he had to fight all Sanin to a standstill now, and I've already played that with like Orochimaru now because he's had proper training, proper education, a little bit of that. He's doing okay right now. So yeah. So with this, we go to like the end of 5 days, and Naruto is like kind of helping Sasuke using his blood to suppress the effects of a curse mark, as heals basically don't work on him. Kurama kind of eats them, whereas chakra does. So Naruto's blood plus chakra is actually chakra enhancement is actually helping him suppress the seal, so he actually use chakra and not suffer repercussions. So yeah, which let's also even use your Sharingan mid battle with like your Roy, because Naruto does not kill him anymore in the Hidden Leaf. He's only killed because he's had to, and it was just a way of life. And everyone here should be a child, or at least has been a rank of a child for their whole life. So he's not taking a chance away from them. He cares about human life. It is just he's had to kill to survive, and that's what he's always done. So he's not doing that now because he doesn't need to kill to survive. He just needs to kill if the mission requires it. This is an exam for children to be promoted to another rank, but with a few little bit of adults. He would never kill here. He wouldn't. He'd kill Orochimaru. That's about it. So yeah. And Naruto doesn't know that Kabuto he's naive still. He's very naive, kind of like Denji. So he thinks that Kabuto and Dosu's teams were just there to try to get a scroll mid battle. That's what he thinks it was. He doesn't know Orochimaru was trying to get a scroll as well. He only knew that Orochimaru was a bad guy after biting Sasuke's neck. So yeah. Also one thing. Naruto's not aware of him being insanely strong. He's just aware that Sasuke, Sakura, Kiba, and Kakashi and Team Gaara are abnormally weak compared to him. That's all he knows. He knows they're weak to him. So here's him. He's just not weak, but he's not as strong as he is. So all he knows, people are weaker than him. He's strong. He doesn't know how strong he is. He just knows that he's strong. He doesn't know that his trauma made this man a demon. So yeah. But yeah. So now none of first Kiba. When Kiba's trying to fight Naruto, he just said he quits. Immediately, his run, Naruto Uzumaki versus Kiba Inuzuka. Kiba looks at the board saying, "And I forfeit." And so then just looks like looking at the ground. And there's just good decision. And what's the next fight? Everyone just throws it under like that, like okay with it. But the next fight is Sakura versus Ino. Sakura and Sasuke helped Naruto study. In exchange, she trained them a little bit. So as soon as Ino cut her hair and threw it on the ground, Sakura knew what kind of battle this may have been. So she already assumed there's probably a ninja wire or at least some sort of ninja tools in here. And essentially Sakura threw four tools of kunai into the ground and jumped. When she jumped high enough to actually grab the railing, flip up in the air high enough to get the ceiling, and stick to it as the explosion went off, and Ino could barely dodge by jumping out of bounds. She jumped through the doorway where they carry off injured people. So yeah. With this, Ino's like, I survived. So as soon as Ino got up, she realized that she's in a whole different part of the building. And Houston says, and Ino, I'm knocking it out. She's at a battle range. There's still laws in war. So yeah. Pause. But yeah, so Team 7 kind of wins every single match they had. So Sakura won strategy. Sasuke won due to basically just not just having the value of just perfect chakra control, and he taught that to Sakura as well. Sakura constantly uses chakra already enhance her strength and durability, and Sasuke uses it for speed and durability. So yeah, he really almost blitzed him, and he's terrified. So yeah. But Naruto also admires Lee because he knows that Lee's power was forged through hard work, as he watched Lee basically attack Sasuke. Then he gave his reason for attacking Sasuke. But then he watched Lee's battle, and Naruto just knew him and Lee were similar in terms of the way they got their power. They worked their ass off for it, no matter the cost. Lee's cost was his body, and Naruto's cost was things that he grew back. But still, him and Lee forged similar paths to power. Naruto through trauma and desperation, Lee through confidence and desperation. He had the confidence to say he'll surpass everyone with taijutsu alone, like his sensei did, and we know that Lee probably did do it already. It is just we haven't got to see him in Boruto. We know for a fact that Lee's stronger than Night Guy right now. It's a given. Like, Lee in Naruto the Last helped kick a meteor in half. You think Guy could do that alone? In 7th Gate, probably. Yeah, kind of redact my whole comment. I'm pretty sure 6'8" Guy could have punched like a giant hole through it and weakened it a lot. That's about it. But yeah, I'm going for it again. But yeah. But we can go on probably too about just well, Lee about to have his bones crushed by Gaara. Yeah, we can go into that. So when it came to Lee versus Gaara, or Lee about to have his bones crushed by Gaara, like his leg, or about to like be crushed into a wall. Naruto immediately kind of just grab Kakashi saying, if Lee is slammed into that at his current rate, something's gonna break in him. Guy Naruto as well saying that Lee wouldn't care. But as soon as Naruto heard the crash and looked at Lee, he told the guy that Lee's knocked out. Guy didn't believe it. Lee looked closer, saying Lee's like actually unconscious now. But Lee says will fight, and Guy didn't stop it. But what Naruto did instead was actually pretty funny to Kakashi. Naruto then grabbing Guy by the bottom of his vest and flipped him right over the railing on top of Gaara. Gaara's barrier bears a little block Guy from dropping on him. Guy immediately flipped up, jumping and grabbing Lee and running out. And immediately they end up saying, Gaara already won, as Guy just came back in saying, also he's unconscious. This doesn't count. This doesn't count. I saved him. So yeah. And with this, they basically say, all right, well, Gaara wins. And not sure Gaara like giving him a glare. And Gaara ended up actually freaking out because he saw his PTSD from Naruto's strength, but now Lee's speed. But the thing is about something. He thought Naruto got lucky. No. Compared Naruto to Lee, realized that Naruto's way faster than Lee was. Keep in mind, Naruto attacked Gaara on a whim and effortlessly sent him flying across a ninja village. Those things are the size of maybe countries. Actually, no, Land of Fire is a country. They're the size of, like, if you use them in the U.S., they're the size of states. So, yeah. Or that can be the size of basically anything you want to imagine, but I'm going to say a state for this one because America. But yeah, so Naruto need Gaara across almost a whole nation. So, yeah. Not nation, a lot of places. Yeah, we go on basically just to Gaara kind of shaking, and Temari Kankura wondering why, but they realize that Naruto's here, and Naruto didn't fight, but still, he's scared Gaara. But Temari actually asks Gaara why he's scared, and Gaara says, the bastard who need me is stronger than the green suit. Then Gaara actually tells Temari when this is over, he's going to train the whole month. Baki, Temari, and Kankura just froze that Gaara actually said he's going to train. And with Gaara saying he's going to train, well, this again was over. Baki left with Gaara, Kankuro, and Temari immediately towards Rasa. It was like, what about the plans? Baki's like, screw that, train your son. He wants to train. Rasa's like, why would I train a tailed beast? Baki's like, tame it. There's perfect in Cherokee. Like, look at Killer Bee. Perfect in Cherokee. And Ross is like, change having someone like Killer Bee. Until Beast even say, the power isn't determined by like rankings. I assume Shocker's probably strong. Like, in my opinion, the weakest tailed beast is probably Saiken or Kokuo. One of those two. Kokuo was one of the tailed beasts who didn't live like a village. He lived in isolation for most of his life, and we don't know how the hidden stones caught him. But we know for a fact that Son Goku came out of a cave or came out of like a sage realm, went there, still got caught. We know that about him. But Haku lived in isolation for a long time, and his only Jinchuriki's Han. Like, for a lot of people, we only know they're only Jinchuriki, but still. Haku was confirmed to live in isolation. So, like in isolation. Those who have little combat experience. Isobu, he's weak to the fact that he's terrified of fighting, or he's very reclusive. So he doesn't like going out or fighting. So his only Jinchuriki, Yagura, was the only competent one, and Yagura easily controlled him. So yeah. So Isobu is just not a fan of combat, so he's not willing to engage as much. Shukaku's willing to engage in combat over anything. Plus, his Earth style jutsu is really strong. So yeah. Albeit he was beaten by an annoying 13-year-old and a frog, but still, he's strong. Stronger than his two siblings I just named. But Atabi, I cannot speak on you, but you seem okay. But yeah, going back to this now. Yeah, Ross has the chance to have a strong-tailed beast. I assume knows that they're determined by ranks, because from what he knows, Killer Bee was stronger than the previous Jinchuriki Nine-Tails Kushina, so it must not be tail count of strength. So the chance of having someone as strong as Killer Bee in the village, he'll train Gaara himself and willingly do it. And Baki ends up training Team Kurenai, not Team Kurenai, his team. I'm dumb. The Sand siblings. But when she has an idea, distributing them across different people to train with. He would send Kankuro to Chiyo to train. She would definitely train him easily. But she's found peace in her life. The only piece that she does not have is the White Fang. She Kankuro sense of peace to the point where he's not even scared of Gaara anymore. Gaara is scared of them. He's scared of everything. It's just that he's dangerous, and he'll use that danger to instill fear in others. He's scared himself. Well, Kankuro doesn't have much fear towards Gaara anymore. Tamari, she trained under Baki the whole time, as Baki's a master of wind release. So yeah. And we go forward to a whole 1 month. We're not talking about Jiraiya. And Naruto, for the first time, has a goal change in life. His goal, or only dream, was to feel the love of a woman. He felt the touch of a woman being Anko, and it was one of the best touches of his life. But still, with Jiraiya, he strives to actually find, happiness. He thought being happy was happy with happiness with him, but now, with Jiraiya, he felt true happiness. Also, Jiraiya threatened to kill Hiruzen. I hear about Naruto's life from Kakashi, and yeah. Pause. Yeah, so Naruto just decides to find true happiness, and he tells Jiraiya what his dream has been so far until he met him. Naruto is not like he's not a chance to share his emotions with Inari and his father, of course. But then again, no one else would care to listen, so he didn't share. He just didn't need to, because no one else would care, and he knew this. Hidden Leaf, one person who would care was Kakashi, and he's not close to Kakashi. Jiraiya is basically his dad. And Naruto is sharing emotions. He would do it with Jiraiya immediately. He's open to it. So Jiraiya hears how Naruto views him, and now he's actually scared to leave the Hidden Leaf because Naruto would lose once the happiness that he has. Because Jiraiya tells Naruto that once the training exams are over, Naruto is leaving the Hidden Leaf and living with him. Naruto agrees, and Jiraiya tells Hiruzen. Hiruzen agrees with this as well, because Hiruzen doesn't care, doesn't give a damn. So, yeah. Now, Jiraiya wholeheartedly trains Naruto now, so Naruto says he doesn't want a summoning animal, because he tells Jiraiya how he fused with one now, and he feels like he'd be betraying that innocent little dog that he saved. Then eventually that dog saved him. And Jiraiya's okay with that, so he does not teach Naruto summoning, plus he doesn't need it, he's already a master of chakra control, it'd be pretty easy. So yeah. So Jiraiya said would teach Naruto the Rasengan, but Naruto would add steel release into it. So the steel release added into the Rasengan is literally him firing off blasts of a steel ball. So this steel ball, or the Rasengan, Naruto made it with one hand in the span of 8 hours. Easily. Jiraiya was amazed. you did what took the third Hokage years to do it with one hand. It's like, well, I'll do it in 8 hours. Did it in 8 hours. Naruto then added his steel release to it. Then added the wind release. Well, actually, did wind release first. Added his steel release to that. Then added wind on top of the steel to fire it off like a fucking cannonball. This thing hits with the force to blow apart the Hokage monument. Yeah, like this hits with the force of a giant for Rasengan. Like this thing will blow the Nine Tails into the dirt, and it will take a long time to fully heal from that attack. And not Jiraiya already had the father-son bond like the first 3 days of knowing each other. Naruto learned all this in the span of like 3 days again. So 6 days. Jiraiya addresses this as Naruto's now his legal son, and Naruto learned 3 types of Rasengan now: basic, wind, steel, wind. Lightning release now, because Jiraiya isn't teaching him a lot more things. Jiraiya gives him ninja scrolls. Naruto makes every kind of Rasengan possible that is actually okay to use. So yeah, Naruto made a Rasengan for all nature releases, because he can now use all 5 by the time the 1 month is over. Because Naruto uses a lot of chakra at all times, no matter what. Plus, he added a technique called Saw Rasengan, where he kind of just uses his saws. And these saws are just honestly enhanced by actually wind release, a point where he has a giant Rasengan forming on his back. And when the Rasengan is fully formed, the saws carry it down to his hands, and he has 2 Rasengans now. So saws can flow chakra to his back, where they kind of rotate. Then eventually, once the Rasengan's formed, saws carry it back down in the opposite direction, in Naruto's hands, and two Rasengans right then and there. So attack while building a technique. So yeah, constructed Rasengan. And best part about this thing is that it can do slashing damage as well. So it's basically a Rasengan combined with the Chidori. But now we go forward again to the next part, being just Naruto versus Neji now. And Neji already knows he'll lose, because Naruto seemed to be above League's tier in terms of power, no matter what. So Neji into the fight, ready to fight, just not confident that he'll come out winning. And he was ready to do that because he thought with all effort is just that Naruto dodged every single attack he's using. Naruto not just fought people stronger than Neji. He's fought tons of people stronger than Neji before. Yeah, this is not going well for Neji at all. When punched him through the barrier separating, not separating, but containing the fight, and he punched Neji through that. So yeah, those fights happen, and yeah. The fights honestly are pretty much just fodder because they don't matter. But we can go on now to probably just I don't know. We can go on to I'm very much struggling with this. Because going across just happened is just that that when it came to Naruto and Gaara confronting each other, Gaara used all his abilities. And Naruto used a steel ball Rasengan, sending Gaara flying through the hidden leaf again. Naruto barely moved a muscle and still beat Gaara. So, yeah. Yeah. Then we came to Hiruzen's barrier. Naruto doesn't care too much about it, but he's still willing to help because this village is important to him now. Or it's important to Jiraiya, so it's important to him. But after he beats Gaara, he carries Gaara in one hand, looks at the barrier, says, I should learn this technique. Odama Rasengan. He makes an Odama Rasengan off the thought that, I should learn it. And learned it in 1 second. He just jumped up, putting Rasengan in steel, wind, and slamming it into the giant barrier. And Ocho's it'll burst into flames. Burst into flames, it is just condensed steel that Naruto can regenerate. So it was basically just a ball that when we destroyed it, and Naruto broke it. So yeah. Alright, so Naruto basically just shoot the barrier by caving it in. And yeah, so once the barrier's destroyed, Anbu, Kakashi, Guy, anyone that can jump in. And Naruto himself was the one fighting Orochimaru. So yeah, we see Naruto realizing Orochimaru is the bad guy full on now, also fighting Sasuke, but yeah. And Naruto's still holding Gaara in one hand while punching at, like, Orochimaru full force. So, yeah. You guys wondering how Orochimaru attacked? He jumped up, killed Rasa, and made the barrier. He's just that fast. He hit it. Like, after being beaten by Anko, not by Anko, by Naruto, he realized that a 13-year-old kicked his ass, basically. Or beat him to the point of exhaustion. The 13-year-old was exhausted too. It was just that he was too scared to fight him a second time. So he retreated from a 13-year-old that's never had proper training before. Until now in the story, he hasn't had proper training until like 3 months ago. So, but yeah, we go on to basically just to now just Naruto fighting, and Naruto having way better training. Jiraiya would need Sage Mode to beat this version of Naruto now, as he's using blades to cut him apart. Point where Orochimaru actually kind of cut off the arm of like Orochimaru mid-fight. So yeah. So Orochimaru lost his arm, and Naruto eventually spun around using the back ends of his blade that Orochimaru tried to dodge. But Naruto enhanced these blades with blood, making them a lot longer and sharper, and then immediately kind of cut his stomach open. So yeah. So as it kind of cut like Orochimaru's body open, Naruto would use until Orochimaru his blood is now in Orochimaru's body. I was like, oh, what does that do? And I was like, you don't know that this is blood release, right? Orochimaru froze at this possibility. Naruto then moved to hand seal, and he said, blood spear. With that, a spear of blood shot coming out right over Orochimaru's back, impaling him from the other opposite direction. And Naruto immediately just said, oh, blood for Sengon. Something over his chest, and now there's a multitude of impulsions on him, or impaling wounds. So yeah, this is kind of all I can say now. Yeah, Orochimaru lost in Naruto, so yeah. But I'm not saying this part here is already over an hour long. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like and subscribe for more. Adios.